I'm here at the Shackleton Autumn School. We've got Sadbh O'Neill with us. Sadbh is our first speaker this afternoon. So a few questions maybe for Sadbh. Welcome Sadbh, thanks very much for coming here. So tell us, what do you know about Shackleton? What about him do you think is interesting?
Well, there's so many interesting things about Shackleton. I've read a lot about him before I ever heard of the Autumn Summer School.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk about what we can learn from Shackleton's expeditions in relation to climate change and how we respond to that. And there are lots of things we can take from his experience as an inspiration to us. How to deal with a crisis, emergency thinking, and the kind of values that matter in an emergency.
Okay, that's very interesting. I mean, we would always say science and biology, climate was an interest to these explorers. Yeah. Is there anything you would know about Shackleton on that, or can you tell us a little bit about that without giving away your talk?
I won't give away too much, but one clear thing is for anybody who reads his journal South, and of course that was ghost written, but there is this incredible laser focus on reality every day, measuring, monitoring, whether it's the weather, the movement of the ice, the behaviour of the dogs, the morale of his men. Everything was scientific, and he writes very eloquently about the mirages that they were faced with, the kind of illusions due to the interplay of light and ice out on the ice when they were trapped, and yet there's something about him. He never let himself be deluded, or he never let himself get carried away with wishful thinking, and he remained utterly grounded in the reality of monitoring and measuring. And I think that played a large part of what saved them. I'm sure the experts would agree with that, because the clear counterexample is the fate of the Aurora party, where they kind of seem to lose that grip on the basics sometimes, and that is a hazard in those kind of conditions.
Oh, look, so that's fantastic. Really looking forward to your talk. One last question maybe. I think it's fair to say Shackleton connects us with Antarctica.
Yes.
And one movement we have had here, and Malcolm Noonan, Minister Noonan, spoke to us 2 years ago, and I know he's committed to the Antarctic Treaty, which Ireland isn't a signatory of as yet, and I know government are as well. So I know everyone's doing their best, and there's other priorities and times or whatever, but it is a priority. And would you think Shackleton gives us that stake in Antarctica, science-wise and climate-wise, over and above our own stake as citizens in the universe?
Well, of course, the polar exploration period in the late 19th and early 20th century is a source of great inspiration, a great source of knowledge and learning and adventure. But actually, there's hardly any part of the globe that hasn't been explored, or that can't be explored by Google satellites or whatever. So the challenge we face today is very different. It's not about conquering the unknown. It's actually about managing the fate of the planet. So what we need is a kind of global commons approach to the Antarctic continent, that it's going to be held in trust for humanity into the future and protected from exploitation. Because knowledge is not what we need, it's protection and a sense of treating it as sacred ground that can't be trashed.
Okay, well look, that sounds absolutely fascinating, and we really look forward to your lecture, Sadbh, so thanks very much.